Hello and welcome to day 150. Oh my God. 150. Holy shit. We're here. We're here. Normally, what I've been doing I kind of forgot about that. I think I'll do it tomorrow. I'm just like, I think I know what I want to go and talk on live about. But normally I go and I share like what I learned in the last 50 days. So I think I'll just do that tomorrow since I already came on here, did the caption, and I could just stop the live and then restart it, but I haven't even really reflected on the past 50 days. So this is just what wanted to come through. So I'm going to talk about this. So hello and welcome. My name is Jessica Lozano. I am a women's relationship and feminine embodiment mentor. Really here to help women to have extraordinary love lives with the love of their life and create a life that feels so fucking good to your soul, like a relationship that feels so good to your soul, and together you guys just evolve into this beautiful like union and experience of life, right? That's what I'm here to do. That's what I do with my women. My women desire that, and that's why they work with me. So one thing that I want to talk to you about is about having a conscious masculine man or over a spiritual man. Because what I see, like a lot of women who've been doing the work and who've been, on this path of like, yeah, I'm like, connecting with myself, with my higher self. I'm connected with my womb. I'm all of these things. And I've done all this work, so I need a man to do all this work too, to know about God, to know about spirituality, to have his own spiritual practices and all of these things. And we put that filter on. Now, here's a problem with this. Number one, just because you're spiritual doesn't make you embodied in embodied in the work. So let's be very clear on that. Like there are a lot of men who walk around and say that they're spiritual, but they're not embodied in their masculine energy. And as a matter of fact, they're actually very feminine. They're very feminine, which is unsafe to a woman because then it puts us in our masculine energy. Now, you don't want just a man who's, I guess, I put conscious masculine very intentionally because we want a man who's in right relationship with his masculine core and his masculinity, but you want him also to be conscious, right? You want him conscious in terms of he's not walking around with his wounded inner child. He's walking around with his man. He is embodied in who he is as a man, and he has those masculine codes in him: provision, leadership, protection, right? And also be able to connect with you and be able to drop down into his heart and connect with you. A conscious man, masculine man, can do that. A spiritual man may not be able to do all of these things. Now, I'm not saying that that you can't go for that a masculine man is not spiritual. There are some men who are very highly coded in the spiritual world and are also very embodied in their masculine energy. But my point to this live is for women, for you to not think that he has to be doing all the work that you do, because a man's relationship with God is so different, and his relationship with the universe and his relationship with Mother Earth is so different than the feminine. Our relationship with God and with the universe and with Mother Earth is so different than him. And this is like a way that we trick ourselves, or the way that some women want a man who's masculine, but then make him feminine by having him do the things that we do, right? It's like, not all men need that. Not all men need that. Some men are just salt to the earth. They just are so connected with themselves and with earth and with the presence of what is, and with a higher consciousness without having to do all the crazy practices that we do. I'm going to give you an example. Of course, I'm going to give you an example of me and Ron because that's my life, and my life has been my teacher, and I'm here to share you what I've learned. After I left my ex and I did all this work on myself, I was like, and I met Ron, and I was like, oh my God, I'm so in love. He's so amazing. I started to say, I was like, well, to my girlfriends, he's going to have to do the shadow work that I did. Because there's absolutely no way I'm going to get involved with a man who hasn't done shadow work, who hasn't done some kind of spiritual work. Like, he needs to do the things that I've done, because I am definitely not going to waste my time with somebody who hasn't. Not like that intense, but I definitely said something along those lines. Like, he's going to have to do what I do. Very self-righteous. Now, I had enough emotional intelligence at this time to allow him to show me who he is, right? I had enough emotional intelligence to show me who he is without me having to intrude on anything, right? So Ron is showing up in my life, and I'm like, wow, he's actually really grounded. Like, he's spiritual without knowing that he's spiritual. I was like, he's connected with who he is without having to do any of the fucking work that I've done. And I was like, I don't think he needs this. Right? I don't think he needs this. So I didn't impose my beliefs on him because I didn't even need to, because he showed up to me as a conscious masculine man, grounded in who he is. And that's what I really wanted. That's what I deeply desired. Right? So my whole self-righteous feminine energy, like, you need to be doing all the work because I did all this work. You need to have this connection the way that I have this connection, is so egoic and so not allowing men to just show up for who they are and give you the codes that they have that are probably so well connected and integrated in you. Right? What I love about Ron is that he's very earthly, very into the earthly things. Like, he keeps the 3D world intact, and I can be over here connected into all of my stuff and be in my expansive energy, and he holds the fort. That's what a conscious masculine man does. And Ron is always willing to meet me, like, where I'm at, in terms of he's always willing to explore different ideas about consciousness, about spirituality, about God, and all the things that he feels is good for him. Like, and he's really good at it. Like, when he connects, he is so good, right? I remember I did a Course in Miracles practice, and it was, I can't remember. I see the God in everything. So I was like, babe, do you want to do a lesson with me? He's like, sure, why not? I was like, all right, at everything you look, just say that you see the God in this. So like, if I'm looking at my computer, I see the God in my computer. If I look at the trees outside, I see the God in the trees, right? So we're doing this practice. And as we come out, he's like he was sharing with me what he experienced, which was way beyond me. I'm spiritual and I do all this work. He was able to connect so much deeper than I was. And I was like, holy shit. Like, his own being has his own, like, high level of consciousness, high logos that is so valuable without having to do all this other work. Do you get what I'm trying to say here? Like, don't force your man to do things that he doesn't want to do, number one. Like, number two, like, he will explore what he wants to explore. Allow him to resonate with him. Don't force him into anything. And number three, being grounded in his masculine energy, leading with his man, is what you want. That's what you really crave. That's what's going to make you feel protected and safe with him. Not these spiritual, feminine men who can't protect you, who can't provide for you, who are flaky, who are like passive, who are like too in touch with their emotions. Like, that is not what we feminine women want. We want a masculine man. So don't disregard men who haven't done certain work that you've done. There are certain men who are just so in tuned just by who they are. And the more connected you are with your soul, the more in tuned you're going to be. You don't need to have all these crazy woo-woo practices to be in tuned with truth. And this is the message. This is the message. So be open and available for the masculine, the conscious masculine man who is going to be able to give you everything that you desire, want, and actually need. You want that grounded support. That's more than anything what we want. Our responsibility is to hold the spiritual side for most of us. There are some men who have high codes and who are very embodied with all of that priest work and, tantra and all of these things. There are some men who are that and who are still grounded in their masculine core, who have that, which is great. And there's other men who have other beautiful codes for us that are much needed, that are maybe more earthly and less cosmic, but that doesn't devalue them any less. And that's where I want to get across here too. Like, we can't devalue that, right? Your truth, if someone is leading in their truth in their heart, they are in tuned. They are in connection with truth. And truth is consciousness. So that's my message for today. Today's the last day of Finding the One Masterclass, which we're going to get into more about the preparation work for union, like preparing your soul, preparing your heart, preparing your field for union, and some things that are very important for you to do. So I'm going to be talking about that today in the masterclass. It will be available up until the 26th of this month. So if you want to join, come join. It's still free. After the 26th, it's going to, really the 25th. The 26th in the morning when I wake up, because it's a solo train, I'm not going to be up till midnight. So when I wake up in the morning and decide to take it all down and remove the people that need to be removed, that's when it's going to be closed and then sold, and then sold. So come join. And we have the modules available there. They're such bomb, like, juices, pearls of wisdom in there that you're going to take home, and this is not going to be like any other masterclass that you've taken about love. I guarantee you that, because I'm here to shift things from the root. So we're going to go straight down to the root and create this new identity of a woman that is a match for the kind of love that she desires, right? So that's what we do inside of there. And what else? That's all I have to say. And today's call starts at 3 p.m. So I'll hope to see you there, or I'll catch you in the replay. Bye.